Hey everyone, happy Monday. So I actually had plans for a different video this week, but editing has been a bit of a chore on that one. So I'm going to instead share one of my new favorite meal prep recipes. So over the summer, my curling teammate Brian introduced me to a recipe for peach pork picante, which is delicious, by the way. Go look that up if you've never tried it. Super good, easy meal prep recipe. But I have actually sort of tweaked it and played around with it and have come up with a cherry pineapple chicken. We'll go with picante. So we start with, this is about 1.5 pounds of chicken breasts. It's 3 in this case. And we've got a packet of taco seasoning that we are applying to all the sides. And we'll just set that aside. So this also came about because my barbecue teammate Paul introduced me to a honey lime salsa verde chicken, and that was the same week that I had made the roasted cherry ice cream, and I decided to combine those two recipes, and I had some extra cherry so I wanted to get rid of it. So into our slow cooker or pressure cooker we have 1 cup of salsa verde, 1/3 cup of cherry preserves. If you have some fresh cherries, you can add those in here. I would recommend having them. And then I have a pouch of pineapple sauce. And just give that a good stir to get everything combined. Sort of break up some of those big pieces of the cherry preserves. And now those chicken breasts go in. Try and keep them all in a single layer. We'll see, we may need to add a little bit more salsa. We don't necessarily want them completely covered, but we also don't want them bare. I'm going to add just a little bit more of our salsa. And now we want to slow cook that either on high for 2 hours, low for 4 hours, or you can pressure cook this for 10 minutes. Whichever method you want to do, whatever works best with your schedule. Throw a lid on it so that we can keep as much of that liquid in there as possible. And we'll be back I'm doing high, so we'll be back in 2 hours. And after 2 hours, we take off the lid. Our chicken is cooked. We want to extract the chicken onto a plate. And now we're going to shred this chicken. You could cut it into chunks if you'd prefer. I like it shredded. That way you get some nice sauce coverage. Now the most simple way to shred chicken is to just use 2 forks, but the easiest way to shred chicken is to buy one of these chicken shredders or meat shredders. I'm not sure what you want to call it. These are great, and I use so much shredded chicken in my meal prep that the $10 has been well worth it. And we'll just do this one breast at a time. Place it in, give it a nice twist. I like to do 1 twist in one direction and 1 turn in the other direction. That way it's shredded, but it's not tiny pieces. So you have some good, decent sized chicken chunks there. And we're left with some nicely shredded chicken. And we just dump that right back into the slow cooker. Go ahead and give that a stir. We'll see how thick this sauce is. Now this step is completely optional, but if you want a slightly creamier version with a little bit more protein, we add about 2 ounces of cream cheese. And that cream cheese kind of rounds out this flavor. Like I said, it is optional. Sometimes I'll do it, sometimes I won't. And then as far as serving, I like to take a nice plate of rice and just put some of that right on top. Make sure you get a good amount of that sauce. And then as you can see, there's a piece of cherry. It's not necessarily the most visually appealing. That's fine. We'll go ahead and give this a taste. This has so many nice flavors that really work well together. The cherry pops out. You get a little bit of tanginess from the pineapple. The salsa verde gives you a little bit of spice. And then the rice soaks up all of that sauce. And this is such a good, easy meal prep recipe. You could make this for your lunches. I like to go ahead and make these up 4 at a time, and that will be my lunch for the week. But you could also do this for a nice, easy dinner. Like I said, you could slow cook it high, you can slow cook on low, you can pressure cook, depending on how much time you have. Anyway, that's all for this one. I hope you enjoyed it, and let me know if you give this one a try. Like I said, it's one of my favorite meal prep recipes at this point. Anyway, I hope you have a great week and a wonderful 2026, and we'll see you next time. Bye!